Dear brothers and sisters, today we will share a real life story of an acceptance of prayer from a blind brother. This is not a fabricated tale or an unrealistic event. It is something narrated by an imam who served in a mosque. He also taught children, and among those children, a blind man used to come regularly. Over time, this blind man became dear and helpful to the imam. Whenever the imam was absent, the blind man would lead the prayers. Life went on like this. But at one point, the blind man began to hope that he would get married. However, he had many concerns. First, being blind, he worried if any woman would marry him or if any father would give his daughter in marriage to him. This thought caused him a great deal of stress. Second, his father was very poor and relied on begging to provide for himself and his son. Despite those challenges, the blind man was determined to get married. He was not afraid because he had heard a hadith from the imam that said, the Creator descends to the lower heaven in the last part of the night and call out to His servants, asking, who needs anything? Ask of me, and I will give it to you. Who seeks forgiveness? I will forgive you. It is said that prayer made during the tahajjud are accepted by the Creator. Knowing this, the blind man decided that he would pray to the Creator for everything he needed for his marriage. Thus, the blind man would wake up in the last part of the night, pray tahajjud, and ask the Creator for everything he needed for his marriage. He also knew another hadith, which states that when one recites istighfar, their prayers are accepted. Istighfar is the act of seeking forgiveness from the Creator. So, every night he would wake up, pray tahajjud, cry and pray and recite istighfar. He continued doing this day after day, but saw no results. One night he cried a lot during his prayers and then went to sleep. In his sleep he saw a dream where he was standing in the middle of the desert under the scorching sun, standing on hot sand. As he stood there, suddenly a cool breeze came and cooled his body. The next morning, after Fajr prayer, he went to the Imam and told him about his dream. The Imam asked if he prayed tahajjud, to which the blind man replied that he did so every night. The Imam then asked if he had asked for everything specific the previous night. The blind man replied that he asked the Creator for the same thing every night and that he had been doing so for a long time. But the previous night he had cried a lot and begged, saying, "O my Creator, you fulfill everyone's needs. What I am asking for is very big to me, but it is nothing to you. Please grant it to me." The Imam then told him, "I have good news for you. The prayer you made has been accepted." The blind man did not say anything further to the Imam, but went home and told his father that he wanted to get married. His father, angry, said, "I am a beggar. I beg for food for you and me. You are blind. Who would give you their daughter in marriage?" The blind man insisted that he wanted to get married, and not just to anyone, but to the daughter of the wealthiest man in the area. This girl was the only beloved child of that rich man. The blind man had been praying specifically to marry the daughter of the wealthiest person of the town. Since the Imam had told him his prayer had been accepted, the blind man planned to go to the rich man's house. His father said, "I cannot go. I am a beggar." and I have no decent clothes. The blind man then suggested that they take the Imam with them. So the blind man went to the Imam and said, I have been praying to marry the daughter of the wealthiest man in the town, and after hearing your interpretation of my dream, I believed my prayer has been accepted. We want to take you with us in the rich man's house. The Imam agreed, saying, if the prayer has been accepted, we should go. The Imam, the blind man, and his father went to the rich man's house and told him that the blind man wanted to marry his daughter. The rich man was surprised and, after a moment of silence, said, all right, I will inform my daughter. If she agrees, then we have no problem. He then told his daughter, there is a marriage proposal for you from a blind man. The rich man was very pious and devout, and so was his daughter. He asked, who brought this proposal? The father replied, I will know Imam from the area. The daughter then said, since the proposal has come through the Imam, it cannot be bad. The father then said, think carefully. If you want the worldly life, then there is no need to marry this person. But if you seek the hereafter, then marrying this man will grant you both the world and the hereafter. The daughter replied, I seek the hereafter, and I believe the Creator will also grant me the world. She agreed to the marriage. The rich man then asked the blind man, what do you have at home? The blind man replied, I have nothing but the clothes I am wearing. The rich man then said, I have a flat and some business. I will give them to you. Use the income to buy and you need, and to pay the mohor. He would down the assets and told the blind man to return in a day or two prepared for the wedding. The blind man went home and prepared for the wedding and returned within a few days. Dear viewers, I hope you have listened to the story till the end. This story was narrated by an Imam in Pakistan, and not a single word of it is fabricated. The lesson we can take from this story is that through Tahajjud prayer, we can present any lawful request to the Creator. If a blind man can make such an incredible prayer and have such faith, why can't we? Whether our prayer will be accepted or not, or if it seems impossible, may be true for us, but it is not impossible for the Creator. So, whatever you want, keep asking for it. Do not give up until you receive it, and never abandon your prayers. In the next episode, I will discuss a very important topic. Please like, comment, and stay with me. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.